Ready?
Jerry. All right. We're going to do... Hey, Jerry. I came all the way from America just to see you.
Love you dearly. You remember you used to say
Alki's Kebab is still there.
Yes, it's still there. It's got a nice big restaurant, not the one where we used to go. They moved up to the other end of the Edgware Road, I think it was. And they've got a lovely restaurant attached to it now. And funny enough, I was talking to Nicole the other day, and we're going to go for a meal there one evening. Me and Nicole and Alison and whoever else wants to come along, maybe Anne, who knows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hopefully Fiona, Marissa, all the old gang, you know.
You need to go to Bang Bang.
Never been to Bang Bangs.
Bang Bang? Oh, my God. It used to be the old Oriental Center in
That's right.
Collindale, Hendon. But when we used to go there, it used to have all the rats running around. I used to have rats and mice running around. I'm like, I'm not eating here. But
I saw a video one day of a rat actually jumping up on the food trays, and people were, don't. No, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was the old place that was there. It was a good few years ago, you know.
Yeah.
And the staff went, "Oh yeah, it happens all the time." Really? Get out. No, miss Alki's. I loved Alki's, and their food was always fantastic
and clean. It was always clean,
spotless. I still talk about the night that I was going for the food order for the food run. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And you rang up. We told them the story about it before, where we I answered the phone for Alki's, and you were on the other end of the phone. I took your order. That was so funny.
Jerry's moonlighting at the Alki's kebab shop.
And he offered me a job.
Oh my God.
You did that really well. You want a job? Please help me. Huh?
They knew it was me. I called up and I said, I want to place an order. He said, I can't understand here. Take her order.
He couldn't understand a word you were saying. And I went, Liz, is that you?
Jerry, what are you doing at Alki's? Because you got angry at people over the food run, right? Somebody had thrown a fit about something, and you got upset. You said, "That's it. I'm not doing the food run anymore." Yeah.
I can't remember. I think was it someone had ordered something and they didn't get it, and I said, "Well, go get it yourself next time. Simple as." You know, I was doing my time, my car, my petrol. I appreciate. It wasn't down to me about the actual food orders. Do you know what I mean? How they shove it out. So when I used to, do you remember I used to go down to Smithfield and get the food?
Oh yeah.
And then we used to go to, where was the other place? The Bishopsgate Fish Market on the night shift. And
that wasn't the female prison.
No. It's a fish market, but I never used to buy the fish down there. I'm not mad, but I always buy the meat from Smithfield. It was always really good. Always. But yeah, one night someone helped themselves to someone else's food, and that was it. I knocked it on the head then. I thought, you know, where we work and they nick a bit of food from someone else. Unreal. Never mind. Who are we doing today, Lizzie?
Rishi and Keir Starmer. Let's see who's going to win the election. Well, we already know, but
what? Who's going to win? Tell me.
I'm not saying. I'm not going to taint your cards.
Well, let's hope neither of them do, because I tell you what, the state of this country, no thanks to either of them, either sides, they're both. Never mind. Right, let's see what we get. So they're both Pentacles, aren't they? One's Keir's Capricorn and the other fella's a Taurus, isn't it?
Rishi is a Taurus and Keir Starmer is
Capricorn, I thought you said.
Virgo.
Oh, he's a Virgo. Well, they're both pentacles, so they should both be perfections in their work, but they're clearly not. But we will see where we go with this one. Right. Okay, so we're acknowledging heartache for one of them. And that might be the loss of the election.
Ah.
Quite emotional. I think I know who this is already. Taurus.
He loses.
Hallelujah. 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 Well, there you go. Financial security, security in a relationship. Well, money goes to money because that one he's married to is minted. They're all a bunch of crooks, no matter what. In limbo, waiting for something better to come along. Female in spirit, guiding, protecting, looking after him. Well, he needs looking after, I can assure you. Because we didn't actually vote him in. It was by default because we had that other clown for a short period of time and she just couldn't run a tuck shop. And then he took over. So he got in by default. But people never actually voted him in. That's what you must remember. Happiness in a relationship. Well, he doesn't deserve it. Married to a controlling person. Communicator. News coming in. Hopefully not positive news for us as a country. And there was light at the end of the tunnel. So that's Mr. Rishi.
It astonishes me that he actually works, considering that he doesn't need to.
When you say he actually works because he doesn't need to, what do you mean by that?
Well, his wife is like a heiress to a billionaire fortune. I mean,
yeah, but greed. It's greed, Liz.
Money.
It's just pure, utter greed. That's all it is. Don't get me getting on me soapbox.
Well, when I was over there, somebody was telling me that this whole shipping the migrants to Rwanda, the company that was going to facilitate that was Rishi Sunak's father-in-law's company.
Oh, there's a surprise. And no doubt get millions for it. Well, he's got major decisions to make. Major decisions to make. Do we know what star sign she is?
Oh, his wife?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know her name.
Mrs.
Really?
Bom, bom. That's the way I tell them.
Wife, star sign.
If she's not pentacles as well, I'll eat me hat.
Akshata Murti.
If you say so, darling.
Akshata Murti. She's a fashion designer.
Is she?
That's what it just said. She's a Taurus as well.
And what have I got? Queen of Pentacles, Taurus. They're both Tauruses. No wonder. She's working hard. More, look, it's all pentacles, pentacles, pentacles with her. Greedy. If only. Positive changes ahead. She's come to the end of her life cycle. I just wash my hands of her. Be moving home, which means moving out at number 10. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I predicted that a couple of years ago that Labor
change direction. Oh, yeah. They've got to move out. They've done it. They've done their term. They've made the balls up of it all, but hey ho. Victory in the situation. Well, I hope it's not victory that at the polls. They were good news for her. News of a baby in the family circle. Well, she feels trapped. Such a hardship. The world is her oyster, and there's also travel there for her. Because she's leaving on a jet plane. Mother, guide and protector looking after her. King of Rods. So I wonder, can he be quite fiery? Old man?
Mm-hmm.
Rishi?
I think he could.
I'd say he'd be a right pain to live with. Hey. What's the other fellow? Kier's Mrs. Star sign.
I was just looking that up.
You read my mind.
Let's see, who is she? Victoria. Oh, he just tried to say that his wife is Angela Rayner.
Let's hope not.
Did she resign, Angela Rayner?
She's under investigation, I think, for fraud. I don't know, she had or fraud or whatever it was that she I can't remember what the hell.
It was over her house or something.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I did read something about it earlier on.
I don't actually know what her star sign is, but apparently she has Jewish roots, which is interesting because the whole thing with the Labor Party being anti-Semitic, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So we won't get into all that because
no.
most people outside the UK don't know anything about that. Okay, Victoria Starmer. Birth date. She is. Why doesn't it tell me anything about her? Oh, she's Lady Victoria Starmer. Is she?
If you say so. You don't hear much about her at all.
I don't know what her star sign is, to be honest with you.
Well, I say that he's quite fiery, Kier. And
he's fiery. Rishi, actually, not so much. I feel like Rishi does what he's asked to do. Rishi, take out the rubbish. Okay. Like he's kind of like that. Whereas Keir Starmer, take out the rubbish. No, you do it. I'm not doing it. I've done this and I've done that. Right. So I feel like Keir Starmer is a lot more confrontational than Rishi.
Yeah. Okay. Well, more work coming his way, change of a job or promotion. Well, let's hope it's not getting into number 10 either. Neither of them deserve it. Going to hear from someone from their past. And he's no one's fool.
Who are we on to now?
Kier. Positive outcomes and happiness for him. God.
Yeah. He's getting in, folks.
I don't know, though. Neither of them deserve to be in anyway, that's for sure.
You think it's going to be a hung parliament?
No, I don't know about that, but they just need to both kick up the arse. So that's all I'm going to say. Here, there's a bit of depression around him, though. And he's feeling restless. He's the magician. He's got all the tools available to him. Well, walking away from a situation. Angels guiding, protecting, looking after him. Someone needs to. Acknowledging loss around him. Holds on to his money. Spent enough of the countries. A wish for him. She doesn't get enough debt. Through a rocky period, moving on to calmer waters.
Yeah, you see, I think he's gonna win.
Oh, don't say that. Backache. A lot of lessons to learn. But he does need to watch his health. He's got good news coming through within the next 8 weeks. And his hands are tied in a situation. Relationship.
I feel like he could be a bit of a flirt, a bit of a cheater, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Do you not?
I wouldn't put anything past any of them anymore, Liz.
He likes a bit of a slap and a tickle, you know.
I'd love to give him a slap.
Do you want to give him a tickle?
No, thank you. I keep my tickles to myself, thanks very much. But I'd love to give him a slap. Small problems. And he's going through a period of confusion. His money will balance. Room. Choices and decisions to make. Still unclear here. There's an offering in the pipeline. And new beginnings. Reoccurring problems. He's going to get help and opportunities. Okay, so we're looking for a fiery lady. Rods. So I would think that whilst she's emotional, she can also be quite fiery, his missus. Yeah. This is a strength card to take control of the situation. She's at a crossroads. She's got decisions to make in partnership, where they go. She carries a burden. This is a work-life balance. So if they did get into number 10, it'd be a complete change around for her, you know?
Yeah.
Queen of Justice, the word is a sword. The scales will balance for a fair outcome in her favour. Bearing the fruits of her labour, a money reward card. Her labour. Feeling left out in the cold. Celebrations. It's around money, work and business there. King of Cups. So, I'm looking for a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, obviously. But maybe emotional male? Is any of them either of them emotional?
I'm not picking up that they are emotional. They're just not. People at the top rarely are. They know how to control their emotions. They know how to set their emotions aside in order to get the job done. Look at us, Jerry. Look how often we would have to set our emotions aside to get the job done. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's why I do hard readings, because I don't think people understand that when we're in the job like we were in, like, you cannot be emotional.
No, you've got to leave your emotions at home. You know, whatever's going on at home stays there, and that's how you just get on with it, really. And sometimes it's easier said than done, and you've got issues at home, whatever, but you just have to. It's a hard and demanding role to do what we did. When you think back, sometimes all the issues that we had and whatever,
Well, I mean, I remember one night, we were so busy. It was a Friday night, and I had this gay couple. This guy had called 999, obviously, and he was screaming, screaming, screaming. I could hear all this commotion going on.
Yeah.
And his partner had bit his ear off, right? And the guy was screaming and crying down the phone. But and I felt sorry for him. Like, you do generally feel sorry, but you have to just, okay, you may feel sorry for them slightly, but you have a job to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was bleeding, bleeding, bleeding. I mean, he was losing so much blood. And like, literally, he did. When the officers arrived on scene, his ear was off. The
Oh,
guy, I mean, you know, we used to go to some nasty, nasty domestics, Jerry.
oh
Nasty.
yeah. But do you remember Christmas time? Always after the Queen, it would be a lovely morning, and it'd be, you know, nice, relaxed kind of shift. And then after the Queen's speech, it would kick off. And that was
Yeah,
when the majority of them
everybody's
had done
broke.
their, opened up the presents and didn't get what they were expecting. Or I remember one call where I took, and she said, I looked at the Christmas presents he wrapped up, and he bought this beautiful gold bracelet with diamonds on it. She said, and I got this piece of tut rubbish. She said, where's it gone? It's gone to his bloody bird. And I went, oh, so you're having a domestic. Yeah, I know what he's done with that bracelet. He's going to attack tart. And
Yeah,
it all kicked
yeah,
off big time.
yeah.
But yeah,
That's
guarantee after 3 o'clock, after the Queen's speech, it would kick off big time. Oh, she burnt the turkey. She can't even cook. I'm like, really? You're ringing 999 for that? It's Christmas Day, mate. Chill. No, she can't cook.
yeah. But you know, I mean, you say that. I always had dead bodies on Christmas Day. And my
Oh, you were a
record,
shit magnet for dead bodies on Christmas Day, weren't you?
yeah, well, my record was 5 or 6 dead bodies. And in one early turn, in one early turn. So that was like a 6:30, 2:30 shift. I had,
I,
because of course everybody calls round on Christmas morning to see so and so that they haven't seen in donkey's years, right? And they're dead. They've been laying there dead. We had one guy who literally, we don't even know how long he'd been there for, but he
oh.
put on his heating in like September, and he melted next to his, yeah,
What?
the body had liquefied.
Ah!
Right? I mean, but people don't understand like the stuff you go through. And remember
No,
what we used to look for. You know, we'd call, people would call up, oh, I haven't seen my neighbor in a week and they're elderly. And the questions we would have to
lots
ask:
of flies inside the window.
are there
No
flies
shirt.
inside the window? Is the
Yeah.
mail piling up? Right?
I remember one girl, I'm trying to remember her name, lovely blonde lady she was, really good laugh. And she was a complete nutter shit magnet for suicidal callers.
Oh, yeah.
And she said to her, I said, God, I said, you're unreal. I said, you just seem to attract them. So I said, you know, how do you cope? She went, I don't know. She said, just get a Twix bar. She said, every time I have one. All right, that'll explain a lot then.
Yeah, she's put on 10 pounds by the end of the shift.
Yeah.
But
I said,
don't
how
you
is that?
remember? But
Huh?
don't you remember, like, when it was a full moon? I mean,
Oh, full moon, you could tell the volume of calls would shoot up, and they'd all be the mental callers, as I call them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's
yeah,
people with mental health issues. I mean that don't mean it disrespectfully, but and it would just literally the calls would go through the roof. We could never ever have sufficient staff on when it was a full moon. I don't know why they didn't actually do that, because they knew always that full moon it would guarantee double the amount of calls,
at
and
least double. At
none of
least,
them sensible police related needing police action. You know, none of them.
hmm,
Oh, I
yeah.
can
Do you
hear.
remember? Do you remember Sergeant Cravat?
Yeah.
I hated her. She was. She's still there.
No,
What
she
happened to
must.
her?
I don't think she went. I think she retired.
Oh God, she was horrible. But nothing pleased me more than when she came in for a morning shift after New Year's Eve. It was me and Gavin on the radio, right? And you know, Gavin is as cockney as they come. And we
Yeah.
were in
Listen.
XB. And I she walked in that morning, and Sergeant Cravat was the biggest, she was a nightmare, wasn't she? She she was awful. And she goes, what was last night like? And I had to debrief her, and I said, put it this way, I'm handing over 400 calls in the queue. Because it was a full moon on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
We had people falling on knives, stabbing them. It was just terrible. But
Yeah.
I thought that was the one time I actually wanted to see Sergeant Cravat, and she took over the running of my channel, and I handed over 400 calls to her. 400 calls. You should have seen her face.
I could imagine it.
And
Not
it was
too
orange
pleased.
sour.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
orange
Yeah.
sour.
Sucking on lemons.
Anyway, full moons were horrendous.
Oh,
People
yeah.
don't believe it, but it really, and the most bizarre incidents would happen on full moons, weren't they? Like things that just were against the odds and possibilities,
Yeah.
like people falling on knives in the kitchen and stabbing themselves to death, butcher knives.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Really
God.
strange stuff. Anyway, where are we? Sorry.
So we're on to the King of Cups, an emotional male.
I don't think it's either of them. I really don't. I think Rishi is more emotional than the other one. Keir Starmer is no, he severed his emotions a long time ago.
Yeah. When he was head of CPS.
Well, he was a nightmare.
A certain force went to him with a file about a certain celebrity.
Mm.
And he said, oh no, not insufficient evidence. And they sent him back and said, no, won't investigate it. And look what happened to him all those years later. The guy it all came to light. He was a kiddie fiddler.
Yeah.
I was about what then? Not saying any names. Right, so this King of Cups, situation where it's turned his world upside down regarding a relationship. He needs to stand his ground and overcome his obstacles. There's new beginnings around money, work, and business for him.
Yeah,
and also a new relationship and baby in the family circle. Money reward card. Da, 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 da. Oh, he's on the cheat again. Earth Father, guiding, protecting, looking after him. So there's deceit and dishonesty there, but this is just basically him not opening up to the right people. If there was cups to follow that, it would be definitely there'd be a relationship embargo going on where they're messing around. But this one is they need to open up more so. This person is so emotional, their emotions are just all over the place. I wonder who that could be. Thousand arguments around them as well. There's a dark-haired person, whether it be a Libra male or female, that person needs to watch and mind what they say around them, mind their P's and Q's around them, because that person is not trustworthy at all. No, siree. 2, 4, 6, 7. Needs to be on his guard. End ones. Right, we're moving on to a perfectionist. Okay, so we're back on to either of the boys. They're both Pentacles. One's Taurus, one Virgo. Let's see where we go. Middle. Positive changes ahead. The Wheel of Fortune. Money coming in. I bet that's number one. Rishi. Okay, controlling. So who do we think is the controlling one? Rishi, more so.
I don't think he's that controlling. I think that Keir Starmer is more
controlling. Okay, because Virgo and then controlling. Wheel of Fortune.
Virgo is
huh?
No, sorry. Virgo is Keir.
Yeah. He's the controlling one, and his wishes, hopes, and dreams will come true.
Yeah.
Last card nearly. Victory after struggle, cutting ties, new beginnings, positive changes ahead.
There you go. You just called the election.
And there's his ambition, you see. That's what he wants. He wants number 10. Wow. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell, Liz. Time will tell.
You've called the election.
Well, I hope I've got that. Well, I don't want either of them, as I've said, I don't want either of them to get in because neither of them can run a tuck shop. can't. We've got to get rid of all this ULEZ charges, and that's down to we've got a mayor election as well coming up in May. So Sadiq Khan, God, he doesn't get back in either, because he's literally killed London. You know what it's like coming over the other week, 20 miles an hour, driving around London like a snail.
Yeah, but I was still looking for the lines on the road to tell you where the speed cameras were. So I probably got 1,000 traffic tickets,
And where are you? Not here. You don't have to pay them.
Yeah, okay. ULEZ is now 20 miles per hour, but they haven't swapped the signs out. So, on like the flyover going to Collindale, right? Going to Hendon, the flyover, right?
You're not ULEZ there.
But in a lot of these places, it'll say 40 miles per hour, 30 miles per hour, but then it'll say ULEZ, right? So I'm like, okay, is it 20 miles per hour? Is it 30 miles per hour? Is it 40 miles per hour? I didn't know. And what people in the US don't realize is that traditionally it's how far apart your telephone poles are. You remember that? So if they're closer together, it's 30 miles per hour. If they're farther apart, it's 40 miles per hour. You remember that?
No.
Come on, Jerry.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I definitely was in a box junction.
If you got a box junction, that's definitely a fine there. They love a box junction. How much is that? £65, maybe?
I can't afford to come back.
I can't afford to come back. All right, Liza Doolittle. I'm a good girl, I am.
Definitely got a box junction, I'm sure, because I totally forgot about the box junction. And I thought the traffic was going forward. So I inched forward, and then suddenly the light turned red. And I said, damn, I'm in a box junction. So then I started going over to the side, like trying to
get out of it
in the box. And I know my rear tire was in that box. I was practically on the other side of the road into oncoming traffic, trying to avoid that box junction.
I remember one night coming back of wherever we'd been, and Lee was driving, and I said, lights are changing. I said, get out the yellow box junction, get down there. And he snuck in there behind a bus, and this PCSO, where's the fare? Where's the fare? I thought, oh, for God's sake. I went, what are you on about? I said, no fire. What speed you're doing? I went, we're on green lanes, mate. I said, how can you go fast on green lanes? I said, you walk faster than you drive. Where's the fire? You're doing too fast. I said, how can you go too fast when there's a queue of traffic? I said, we didn't want to get caught in the yellow box junction. Anyway, made Lee get out of the car, and he said, where have you been? What are you doing? And Lee said to him, he said, pick up one of your lot. Yeah.
They can't pull you over.
Oh, this one was being a right dick. So anyway, I'd been at work and I'd my jumper on, and he said, where have you been? And for a change, Lee was actually quite quick on the mark. He said, picking up one of your lot. Anyway, he made me wind the window down. He goes, where are you based then? I said, Hendon. Oh, in the control room. I said, yeah. I said, next time you need help, I said, I'll make sure you don't get it.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
It was a little twat. It was a real Hitler. And I just said,
you can't pull anyone over. PCSOs don't have that legal right to do so.
He was being a complete bell end anyway, so I wouldn't let him away with it.
You know we're still recording, right?
Oh, are we? Okay, sorry. I do apologise.
But remember that time I was in a police chase in London? Oh my God. Yeah. Well, that's another story for another day. But put it this way, I wasn't training. I was the suspect. I didn't care. I did not care.
I remember one night coming home early in the early hours. I finished at 2:30 in the morning, and regardless, when I lived in North London, I used to just put cruise control on because they'd be hiding somewhere. Guaranteed, they'd try and get you. I was doing 29 miles an hour the whole way down Oh God, what was the name of the road?
Listening to Reba.
Yeah, listen to Reba. Woo! Going Finchley, in the Finchley area it was anyway. Near the crematorium there at Islington Crematorium, what used to be Schooners Inn. But anyway, going along that road, East End Road. I knew it. East End Road. I was up there the other day.
Yeah.
And anyway, they pulled me over, and he said, "Oh, why are you going so slow?" And I said, "I'm not going slow. I said I'm doing 29 miles an hour. The limit is 30." He said, "Oh, is this your vehicle?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "You've got your driving license on you?" And he went, so he then eventually clocked the uniform, and he said, "Oh, whose vehicle is this?" I went, "Mine." He goes, "What, and you work at Met CC driving this vehicle?" I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Must be doing an awful lot of bloody overtime."
Right.
I said,
Yeah.
"Doing the wrong job, mate."
Yeah, really. Oh my God. Yeah, all I heard was I was on my cell phone, right? Because, I shouldn't have been, but I was in crisis mode, as you know. And I had the windows down because it was a hot summer day. Actually, the sun was out. And I heard, "Madam, pull this vehicle over now." And I turned around and I was like, "What?" He says, "You're on your phone, your mobile. Pull this vehicle over right now." I said, "You can do one. Go swivel." And I bloody well threw it in turbo. I hit the turbo button, put it in second gear, and I shot through. I didn't care. I wasn't stopping. I wasn't stopping. And because I knew in London, I knew, and it was a busy time of day, I knew that
Yeah,
they wouldn't be allowed to chase me, right? I knew it. I knew that they would call off the chase,
yeah,
because there was too many pedestrians and too much going on.
yeah.
And
Too
so
risky.
I just kept
Risk
going.
assessment.
Yeah, risk assessment. It's too dangerous. Wait, with that, and I just kept going. I bombed it through the light, and I just kept going. And they were chasing me for a little bit, and then I saw them switch the lights off, and they turned because I knew it was too dangerous. Yeah.
I remember another time I was in North London in Green Lanes, a different part, and Lee was driving, and I had my niece in the car, and she was only about 6 or 7, I think, at the time when I was childminding. Imagine me childminding. Anyway, I was going to drop her off on the way to wherever we were going. We were getting flowers for a friend of mine, and so I said, "Let me go in there. You turn the car around." Now, normal people would just do a U-turn on the road. He drives down on the road on the wrong side and then reverses into a no entry and then back again, right? And true to form, a traffic car stops outside the florist and pulls him over. And they said to me, "Oh, is that your car out there?" And the police are out here. And I went, "Oh," I said, "What's he done now?" And she went, "Oh," I said, "Oh, it's traffic." I went, "Oh," I said, "I left my mobile phone in the car." And I said, "Can I use your phone?" They went, "Yeah, what's wrong?" I said, "I'm just going to report my car stolen and with my niece in the back of it." And it would come out on the channels and there'd be Lee with my niece in the back of the car. He'd get locked up. I thought,
Yeah.
"You can't do that. You can't do that." And I said, "We'd have right fun though, wouldn't we?" Anyway, these two female traffic officers walked into the florist and she went, "Is that your car outside?" I said, and I was going to say no. And I said, "Yeah." She went, so she came right up close to me. She went, "You've been drinking?" I said, "No." She went, "What's that I can smell?" I went, "Aftershave." I said, "I don't drink aftershave." Oh, okay. She was stupid. She was,
Oh
and
my God.
I don't
But
know. She just
people used to, they would get pissed at the pub, crash the car, right? And pissed outside of the UK. I mean, sorry, pissed inside the UK means drunk, right? Not
yeah,
angry.
intoxicated,
Right,
intoxicated.
Anyway, and then they would crash the car, and then they'd wake up the next morning, realize what they've done, and call and report it's stolen. I
Yeah,
mean, oh, somebody
and
stole my car last night and crashed it. No, you were drunk at the pub and
yeah,
you drove it home. I mean, So funny what people will do.
Oh God, they were the good days, Liz, weren't they? The good old days.
It's not like that now. Anyway, all right.
Anyway, we diverse.
So this was awesome. Keir Starmer wins the election, hands down. I called it 2 years ago.
Okay.
If anybody would like a reading with Jerry, his contact information will be in the comments. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you so much, Liz. Looking forward to seeing everybody, and thank you for all the lovely people you've sent me so far. I'm loving reading for them all. It's brilliant. It really is. Thank you so much. Namaste. I'm going to get a cup of tea.